Come on, guys, you already know who it is. It is I, your host, Simon Omoshore, and this is, if you didn't know, Vice Versa Live. And on today's show, I am going to be talking to you about marketing quite quickly. I did think I was going to do something quite long, but I will make it short and sweet so that you're able to get the gist of what it is I'm saying, and that you're able to make the mindset shift and the right application accompanied with the attitude that's going to propel you into a phenomenal career in marketing. Come on, guys, you already know. Let's go. Marketing has changed massively, and if you didn't already know, quite simply, marketing is the extension or communication that a company wants to impact or influence on their consumer. And that's what marketing does. Marketing allows a company to create the narrative that they want their customer to have about their products and their solutions. And that's what it does. Essentially, if you're new to marketing or you've just left university, you have to understand that you know nothing about marketing. A lot of the time when people have left university or they're looking to change career, a lot of the time when I'm speaking to students or different candidates, it genuinely is about how they can express themselves in a creative capacity. But you have to understand, when I'm speaking to clients, they are not looking for someone who understands the creative spectrum that they want to express themselves from. That's not what they want. They want someone who is able to understand their products and solutions, and that they're able to create marketing plans that can be measured by data. Now, data. Data is probably the biggest currency to a company, because with companies that I'm working with, they do not understand creativity, because how can you measure creativity? You can't measure creativity because creativity is subjective. It's based on opinion. Whereas businesses don't really like to do things on opinion. They like to do things based on what is and what isn't. So it's quite binary. It's 0 or 1s. It is or it isn't. And the only way you can do that is via data. So if you are looking to get into marketing and you're fresh out of uni, please understand, first and foremost, you know nothing. You can't stand and be like, oh, I've got a degree, I've got a master's. You don't have any leg to stand on, because you cannot prove that which you have done has been of value to anyone. So with that being said, you need to take the opportunity you have now, which is the time that you have, to go and use your skills to build a career or build a run that supports that which you're saying, which is, I know what I'm talking about. And the only way you can do that is via data. So by using data, you'll want to be able to demonstrate that, oh, I've run this campaign, and because of this campaign, the company was able to scale to this level. The company's 10x, their sales team had more leads than they could ever imagine, and so forth. These are the kind of things that companies want to hear from people who want to get into marketing, because it really just means to them more money. More customers equals more money. And that is your job. Your job is to create a funnel that allows their customers to come into their sales team, and their sales team then close and makes deals. Because as you know, deals pays bills. So that is really what you want to do. But beyond that, and beyond the things that you've learned at university, there are so many different things that are happening in the world right now, and there's so many different ways that companies are communicating with their customers. Obviously, you have platforms like LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Insta, and there's so many other apps. I mean, now there's another app that's come out and it's called Rumble, and I'm sure businesses are going to be coming onto those kind of platforms. But now you have to understand how are people consuming, and what is the general behavior of people, because essentially whatever is going on in the majority of the world, that is what you want to know. And that is why the things that you've studied, the things that you may have done in the past is redundant, because the things are always changing and human behavior is changing at such a fast rate that you need to understand what is going on, so that all the things you have learned, you can then use transferable skills to see, okay, what skills and what things have I learned that can now fit into this platform and so forth. So, stuff like email marketing, being able to, DM, paid socials, paid ads, like all of these things, you need to know how all of these things work on different platforms and how it can be of benefit to a company. And I think once you're able to start thinking like this is what I would say is the beginning of you actually doing marketing. Because until you actually start to think like this, essentially, you've never really done marketing. And until you can prove it, you really don't know anything, essentially. Because why would anybody hire somebody who's just done something on a course? Do you know what I mean? That's a high risk on anyone's behalf. So I think the way that you need to look at it is you've got stuff to learn. And I think that's the right mindset. The mindset should be, what have I got to learn about the world and how people are using, apps, how people are using and connecting with one another, and how can I find a way to fit in as an interface between what a company can do and how I can help the company communicate their solutions to their customers. And I think once you're able to start asking those kind of questions, then you're in a position where you've now become just as someone who's a student or someone who's interested in becoming who's interested in having a career in marketing, to becoming somebody who can be of value to a marketing company or a business that is doing marketing. And that's the position you want to be. So that's it quite simply. You have to figure out how you can become that. And it's based on those questions. And the questions are simply, what are people doing? How are people consuming? How are people consuming content and so forth? And what things can I learn from other platforms that I can now use on this platform? If you can ask these 3 questions, then you are going to be in a very good place to be of value to a business or company. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you didn't know, YouTube measures success on the amount of likes that I get, and also helps this page gain more visibility with the likes that I get. So please help me to push this up, because I believe that this is going to be of some sort of value to you and your network. Also, check out my TikTok and my LinkedIn, because I'm also putting different types of content on there. So please do check that out. And yeah, we're just going to continue this going. Also, what I really like, if you are in need of support and you are needed of help in regards to marketing and understand different marketing apps, tools, and so forth, then please do reach out to me, because I have different networks and different information that could be of some sort of value to you. So hit me up anytime, drop me a DM, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I shall see you all next week. You already know. Let's go.